All right, guys, if you're an entrepreneur, CEO, high performer, athlete, if you are just doing a lot with your body, a lot with your mind, and you're not using proper recovery, proper rest, and proper sleep, which 95% of the population doesn't know how to do that, then chances are you're dealing with some version of adrenal fatigue. By the way, at the end is a game-changing strategy that if you just do it once, you are going to thank me from the bottom of your heart because it will transform your health, and it's super easy, okay? Adrenal fatigue is essentially when your body is in fight or flight for long periods of time, your adrenals are going to get exhausted from producing cortisol and adrenaline. So symptoms of adrenal fatigue, usually if you just feel tired no matter what you're doing, you're taking the biohacking stuff, you sleep 10 hours a night and you wake up tired. There's just a general deep feeling of fatigue that's very, very common when people have adrenal fatigue. Also, an inability to sleep properly, right? Maybe your cortisol spikes at night, and just general feelings of brain fog and malaise. So what happens is people just continuously push through fatigue for months and months and months, years and years. They'll take coffee, they'll take stimulants, and they don't understand that nothing is free. When you're exhausted, your body is telling you something. And then when you go ahead and take a stimulant and you feel okay for that day, well, you're just borrowing tomorrow's energy for today. So you're going to be pulling from your reserve tank, i.e. your kidneys and your adrenals. In Chinese medicine, right, your jing. Anytime you take something, a drug, and you feel altered, you're pulling from somewhere. When you drink coffee, you're going to pull from your adrenals. When you take modafinil or Adderall, you're going to pull from your kidneys and your adrenals. This is just common energetic sense. So essentially, the body gets fried when you are on overdrive without taking rest. So the way we heal this is with a supplement stack and a couple other modalities. First, I want to talk about something called NeuroSim. I left it in my office, but it's a device that clips onto your left ear. We'll show some B-roll here. And it uses this electrostimulation to basically stimulate the vagus nerve in a way that helps heal the HPA axis. All of your body's systems are connected, and when you bring this particular frequency on the vagus nerve, you are going to help get you out of fight or flight. Okay, it's very helpful when you're working or when you're done working for the day and you want to start resting. It helps you get into the rest and digest state. I really do enjoy that machine. Next, just basic things in terms of lifestyle, learning breathing techniques, obviously stressing yourself out as minimally as possible. All the basic lifestyle hacks, you've already heard of them 100 times. But we move to the supplements, okay, and we're going to start with L-theanine, vitamin B1. This is only found in garlic, okay, but it's very hard to eat this much garlic. And it's found in brewer's yeast, but it's very rare to find this in any other foods. It's deficient in the soils, in the foods, in the vegetables, so we become very deficient in vitamin B1. Also, stress and adrenal fatigue will continually burn your reserves of magnesium and B1. So taking this can be wildly helpful. This is like recharging the battery. So this is a $20 supplement. It's been a game changer for some of my clients. Honestly, this is about a $50,000 recommendation that I'm making to you here, right after a shitload of money spent and a lot of guess and check. This is an important one, okay? Cheap and important. Dose usually ranges from about 50 milligrams to about 500 milligrams a day. You have to taper up and you have to learn what you're doing with this, but you're going to want to check this out, okay? Next, we have velvet deer antler. The antler regenerates at about 1 to 2.5 centimeters per day in an average elk or a deer. And so what you have is you have a lot of growth factors in that antler. You know, when they lose their antlers, which they do every year, people forage for them and harvest them, and they grow back, right? So there's very few places actually harm the animal in the process. Obviously wouldn't buy that if they did. What you have here is this is going to help replenish your jing reserves, okay? This helps with nerve regeneration. This helps with your adrenals, your kidneys, what you got to tap into for all of the entrepreneurship and the stress. This helps rebuild it. Very, very important. Also good for brain regeneration. So you're definitely going to want to check this one out. Usually the dose is about 1 full dropper a day. Some people might have a reaction to that at that dose because it's pretty strong stuff, but you're going to want to research this more. So we have CellMed, expensive but worth it. This is for de-stressing stem cells and healing the mitochondria. It's a series of 50 plus adaptogens. It helps your body become more resilient, okay? So it helps your body cope with stress, and it helps you regulate cortisol and adrenaline. You're not like spiking it and you're not suppressing it. This is going to help you regulate it. Adaptogens are perfect, intelligent herbs that give different people different things. And so they help you handle stressful situations. Very potent, very anti-inflammatory, good for the immune system, but very nourishing for the adrenals as well. Also adrenal restorative. These are additional herbs, okay? You have the bupleurum, you have the wild yam, the ginseng, and the licorice, which is helping you with the balance of cortisol and adrenaline as well. So this is slightly calming at the same time as slightly stimulating. It's a very interesting supplement. Kind of hurts a little bit the back of the throat when you take it, but very, very powerful. You always want to be taking herbs directly related and minerals directly related to the adrenals if you have adrenal fatigue. These are really my favorite 4 that I've found over the years, minus all the other basic stuff. You got the lemon balm and the B vitamins and the other formulas. You can just Google adrenal restorative formulas and you'll find a million different things on Amazon. So all of those are fine, but for really, really moving the needle, you got the NeuroSim, you got these supplements, you got the lifestyle factors, and there's one amazing bonus that is a game changer. It's kind of simple when you see it, but once you see it and once you feel it, you're going to be like, holy shit, why didn't I think of that? This is the game changer, guys. I know it looks simple, but if you do this once every evening, you can do it at the dinner table like I do. This is a full body reset, a full HPA axis reset. This is going to help reduce inflammation. It's going to help with any back pain. It's going directly into the adrenals and the kidneys, and you're bringing infrared and red light into a very, very sensitive, hungry area. You're activating the mitochondria, and honestly, this has been more powerful than even the full body panels because I am touching it directly. I've used the full body panels for years, but you're always about 6, 8, 12 inches away. When this is directly on the skin and that infrared penetrates deep into the adrenals, this puts me to sleep almost every single time I do it. If I do this when I'm laying down, it's very hard to get through a full 20-minute session. If I do it when I'm sitting, I'll just notice a subtle increase in well-being, a calmness. I love doing it at the dinner table. Also helps with generalized back pain or spinal issues. This is the money, guys. If you have adrenal fatigue, if you are constantly tired and you don't know how to rest properly, you gotta do parasympathetic nervous system activation techniques just like this one. Okay, so this is red light directly into the kidneys and the adrenals, and I am just totally in a zen state once this thing goes on. Do it once or twice a day. You'll thank me later. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're a CEO, there's a lot of things you could be doing with your breath, with your mind, with your lifestyle, with your supplements, your water. I promise you, you do not need to suffer. All right, guys? Peace.